Morning, everyone. Welcome to Buddhist Center Yoga. I'm Amanda. And I just want to take a moment before we get started and acknowledge the passing of a really phenomenal icon for American justice, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, whose death was announced yesterday. And today I want to dedicate this practice to her. So if you haven't already, go ahead and take a quiet, comfortable seat. You can sit cross-legged or on your knees or whatever works for you. And we'll close our eyes, sit up nice and tall. Let your shoulder blades kind of squeeze toward one another. Tuck your tailbone. And close your eyes. And we'll begin simply by tuning into our breath. Breathing in. Breathing out. In. Out. I'm going to breathe in through the nose and also out through the nose. Letting each breath calm the body. Exploring what we call the Ujjayi breath, or the yoga breath, which sounds kind of like an ocean wave. And when you allow your mouth to be closed, let your tongue rest along the roof of your mouth and graze the back of your teeth. The back of your throat will then slightly constrict, and just explore what that breath is like. Lips curled ever so slightly upward in a smile. Breathing in. Breathing out. In. Out. As you continue to just follow your breath, I'll share a reading today on the concept of ahimsa, which means nonviolence. It's one of the jewels of yoga called the yamas. And part of ahimsa is the concept of balance. Creating balance in our lives is not an easy thing. We are a hungry, noisy people, bombarded with stimulation and advertisements that promise to grant us our deepest desires. If we are not on purpose with creating balance for ourselves, we can easily fall victim to false promises and fill every breathable space with appointments and activities and all the responsibilities that go with a full agenda. It is anti-cultural to claim any space that is simply space, or to move with any kind of lingering, or to take time for closure. We are bombarded, and we bombard ourselves. And if we have any doubts, our calendars will reveal the truth of our craziness. The repercussions are inescapable, immeasurable violence to ourselves and those around us. Like the body, the mind and soul need time to digest and assimilate. Like the body, the mind and soul need time to rest. We create this rest by allowing space that we can breathe in. Not more clutter, but more space. Space to reflect, space to journal, space for closure, space for imagination, and space to feel the calling of the life force within us. Spreading ourselves thin looks impressive, but in the end, we are the first to lose. The health and well-being of our body, mind, and spirit is a powerful resource, and by keeping ourselves in balance, we can stride through life with greater competence and ease. We are primed to win as we meet life from an inner place of harmony. When we are in balance, we automatically live in nonviolence. The elusive balance. It feels elusive at times, doesn't it? But the beautiful thing about the sun rising each day and having 24 more hours in front of us is that we can recommit ourselves to this concept and to this principle right here and right now and upon waking. We don't have to linger in regret about the balance we may have not had yesterday or the harm we may have caused to ourselves or others yesterday. We can let that go, forgive ourselves, ask for forgiveness from others, and move forward into this moment here now, and commit here and now to practice balance so that we can be present, do a little less harm today, be a little bit more kind with our words, a little bit more peaceful with our actions, a little bit more loving and generous with our spirit. So please bring your hands in front of your heart and take a breath of gratitude to yourself first for showing up to share this time this morning. Coming to the mat and practicing yoga is a radical act of love, starting with self-love, that then emanates out to the world through metta, loving kindness. It's an opportunity to cultivate balance of mind, body, and soul. Yoga itself means yoking, union with all that is, opening ourselves to the possibility that we are a vessel for divine light and love, and that we can let the spirit of the universe flow through us and from us to everything and everyone around us. And take a breath of gratitude to those who have joined you either here in the room or online to share in this auspicious time together. And we'll open our asana practice by taking an Om together. Inhale. As you start to open your eyes, inhale and bring your hands up over your head. Exhale and twist to your right. Bringing your arms behind you a little bit. Simple seated spinal twist. Be nice and tall and twisting from your abdomen. And back through the center, inhale. And then exhale, twist to your left. Taking a couple of big, beautiful belly breaths there. Inhale back through the center. And exhale, just walk your hands forward a little bit. Stretching out. Reaching your fingertips forward. Bowing forward, and a forward bend is an act of surrender. It is a prayer. You offer it now with love. Good. Go ahead and come on up on your next in-breath. And then you'll take your left leg and bring it into your groin or anywhere on your thigh that you can get it. Keep your straight leg nice and straight. Flex your foot. Inhale, and then exhale, just twist toward your straight leg. Take another breath there. Inhale, and on the exhale, begin to sort of walk out on the diagonal. So this is a twisted forward fold, Janu Shasharsana version. If you can take your left hand and grab any part of your leg, that is really wonderful. You can use your other hand to support you. Finding some nice length in your spine and giving the legs a moment to wake up. Inhale, exhale, and fold. And then on your next in-breath, go ahead and roll all the way up. Take your leg out a little bit on a diagonal. I find it easier to do version B in this manner. So you can then take your right hand and place it on the earth in front of your leg, or you can take your forearm down, whatever's accessible for you. And then you'll take your left arm up, inhale, and exhale, side body stretch. So you're reaching for your toes. And then you want to try and turn your heart toward the sky. Let your neck rest in whatever position feels good, so you don't have to look up under your armpit if that doesn't feel good on your neck. Waking up here, stretching for 3, 2, 1. Good. Slowly come back up. Very nice. Good. And then go ahead and take your bent leg and place it over your straight leg. Take an opposite twist. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And then you will twist to your left. Gentle seated spinal twist. You can keep squeezing your knee in, or you can bring your tricep to the outside of your thigh. Whatever feels best. And again, breathing for 3, 2, 1. Okay, slowly untwist. And we'll switch sides. So left leg is straight, right leg comes in. Square your sit bones. Inhale, sit up nice and tall as you twist to the left, and then exhale on the diagonal. Again, taking your right hand to whatever is accessible for you, any part of your leg, your foot, wherever that works. Using your fingertips on the opposite hand to support you as you get some length along your spine and back. Big belly breath. So I'm going to breathe from our belly, source of life. Good. Inhale. Exhale, one more deep lengthening stretch. And then on your next in-breath, go ahead and Roll up slowly. Good. Take your leg out a little bit on the diagonal. And then take your left hand or back of forearm to the inside of your leg. And inhale, right arm sweeps up. Exhale, reaching for your foot. Turn your heart toward the sky. Even if you're one of my super stretchy yogis and you can grab your toes, for this one version, I really want you to turn your heart toward the sky. So don't sacrifice the toe grabbing for the heart opening. Inhale. If you can do both, great. 2. Good. Go ahead and come back up on your next in-breath. Take your leg back to 90 degrees and then take your right leg and place it over your left. Inhale, nice and tall. Squeeze your knee in and exhale. Twist to your right. Good. Really beautiful, you guys. More in breath. And your next exhale, go ahead and untwist. Bring it all back around. Both legs straight. Shake them out a little bit. Good. Staff position. So Dandasana, fingertips are pointed toward the back of the room. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale, just bring your shoulder blades together toward one another. So squeeze your shoulder blades. Let your heart open. Flex your feet like you're standing. Yeah, really good, you guys. Inhale. And then on the exhale, come forward a little bit with that length in your spine. Paschimottanasana. It doesn't matter how far you go. We want to try and allow our spine a little bit more time to lengthen here. Your next in-breath, look up halfway, and then exhale, fold a little bit more. See if you can even get a millimeter more space. Just like balance, the emptiness or the space that we're creating in our vessels happens one moment, one breath at a time. On your next inhale, you can roll up. And just exhale there. One more forward fold. Fold the feet together, Baddha Konasana. You can have them very close to your groin or out a little bit, whatever is best for you. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale. And when you exhale and fold forward, see if you can use your elbows or any part of your arms to push your legs down so that we can allow our inner thighs to open up a bit. Taking a nice gentle warm up this morning. Inhale, roll on up. Exhale, use your hands to bring your knees together. And then just straighten your legs out a little bit and then place your feet flat on the earth. Again, fingertips turn toward the back of the room. Inhale and just push up into reverse plank or tabletop. Trying to lift your hips. Let your head fall back if that feels okay for an opposite move here. Good. Go ahead and come down. Exhale. We'll repeat that. So you can either repeat that or if you want to take the legs out straight and see how that feels, you can do that. So either version. Breathing for 3, 2, 1. Good. Go ahead and come on down. And then we'll come around to hands and knees. You'll probably want to take your socks off because they'll slip. As we get into some standing poses. Okay. So hands and knees. Hands are hip distance, shoulders distance apart, and knees are hips distance apart. You really want to spread your fingers nice and wide. Root your finger pads down. And then your outer arms turn under. So that means that your inner elbows are facing the front of the room. Inhale, arch your back to cow and push the floor away when you do that. Exhale, round your spine, bring your navel toward your spine. Also as you push the floor away, that's cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. My dear sweet Tammy Iris, if you're watching, Mommy loves you. This is one of your favorite poses. I hope you're doing it with Daddy. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And this time come all the way back into Balasana, child's pose. So butt moving toward your heels. It's okay if your bottom doesn't reach your heels. Arms are out in front of you. Taking another moment here to acknowledge the earth as you let your energy be absorbed. Find a grounding quality here. Inhale, come back up. Exhale there. We'll take one more twist before we get into our standing poses. So go ahead and take your right arm up. Inhale. Take your right arm toward the sky. Exhale, thread it underneath you for a spinal twist. So your temple will come to the mat. You try to keep your tailbone toward the sky. And your left arm can be wherever it feels best. So fingertips or hands can help support you, or you can wrap it behind you. Big belly breath. For 3, 2, 1. Good. Go ahead and untwist on a breath. Reset by coming back to hands and knees. Left arms down. Come on up, opposite hand. So this is going to be the left hand. Inhale. Exhale. Thread it underneath. Coming to the outside of that left shoulder. Left temple to the earth. Big belly breath. For 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and untwist on a breath. Good. Come back to hands and knees. Firm everything down. Curl your toes under. Inhale and exhale into downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Shavasana. Yes. So in down dog, fingers spread wide. Again, that concept of your outer arms turning under so that the eyes of your elbows face the front of the room. Let your head relax. Especially if you're tighter, your legs can be a little bit wider, your knees can have a healthy bend. We want, in thinking about the concept of balance, we want the weight not to be in our wrists, but rather back toward our heels, which will actually then even the weight as we're dispersing it across our body. Shoulders out of your ears. And let's go ahead and bend the right knee and press the left heel toward the earth. Taking a couple breaths there to again lengthen your leg. Yeah, that's great. And then go ahead and switch legs. So bend the left knee and press the right heel toward the earth. It may not go very far, but that's okay. You'll feel a nice calf stretch. We sometimes call this pedaling out your dog. Good. And then come high onto both toes. Re-engage the weight toward the back of the mat. So weight to the balls of the feet. Tailbone toward the sky. And with that length, go ahead and lower your heels. And see if you can get a little bit more space. Then on your next breath, walk your feet forward to the top of the mat. Inhale, look up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, root down into your feet to rise up with a little bend in your knees, bringing your hands all the way up over your head, touching palms, exhaling through the center. Mountain pose. In here, take a moment, close your eyes, honor your transition to standing. Really feel your feet rooted on the mat. Maybe lift your toes up and spread them, and then lower them back down. Tuck your tailbone. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, drop your right hand down. You can start with on your hip first. Check in with your stance and make sure you're not jutting your tailbone out. And then inhale once more, get tall. Exhale, bend. And then you can let your hands slide down if that feels good at that point. So just like we did in Janu Sirsasana B, you don't want to collapse forward. You really want this sense of your heart opening, almost like a little back bend. Good. Feet rooting down, even weight. Nice. Next inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, opposite hand to hip. So left hand to hip. Get tall first. Inhale, root down in your feet. Exhale, bend to your left. Very nice. Good. Next in breath. Inhale, come up. Both hands reach. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, look up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Plant your hands, step back, plank, top of a push-up. Stay in your plank for a moment, even out the weight. So again, thinking about that concept of balance, heels moving toward the back of the room so that there's this ability to shift toward the ball of your feet and the backs. Yeah, good. Inhale there. Exhale, you can take your knees to the earth, bring your elbows in, chest down, then chin. That's a modified chaturanga. Inhale, little baby cobra. So your heart comes up off the mat, shoulders out of the ears. Exhale, lower. Inhale, push back to your knees. Exhale, downward facing dog once more. Take a breath in down dog. Full exhale. And then inhale, take your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, step through to lunge. Yes, nice. In lunge, knee is tracking over ankle, back heel is toward the back of the room so that there's a nice amount of space in your lunge. Left hand down, right arm reaches. Inhale, lunge, twist. Yep. Again, feeling that little sensation of the back bending. Good. Very nice. Inhale. Exhale, both hands to the mat. Inhale again into lunge. Exhale, step forward and fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root feet down to rise up. Excellent. Again, we'll start with crescent. Inhale up. And then exhale, bring your right arm toward your hip. Get tall on the inhale. Again, left fingertips reaching toward the sky. And then bend to your right, letting your hand come down if that feels good. Each time, trying to turn your heart open a little bit more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, left arm to hip. Get tall on the next inhale, then exhale, reach. Hand can come down. I'm going to scooping that up. Feels like I'm out of it. Cut off at the top. Good. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Plant your hands. Inhale, step back, opposite foot to plank. Again, inhale, top of a push-up. Full exhale there, just to activate our core a little bit. Good. Inhale. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. All the way down to your belly. Inhale, cobra. Elbows squeeze toward one another. Hands are flat, tops of feet on the mat. Shoulder blades pulling toward one another. Heart opening. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Push back toward down dog. Exhale there. Inhale, sweep your left leg toward the sky. Exhale, step through the lunge. Take a breath and lunge. First of all, to just feel the buoyancy in your hips and the length in your legs. So knee is tracking over ankle, back heel pointed toward the back of the room. Nice and long and stable. And then with your right arm, your right hand down, reach your left hand toward the sky for lunge twist. Lean back. Opening up your heart. On an exhale, release. Inhale once more in your lunge. Exhale, step forward and fold. Inhale, root to rise into your feet. Come on up all the way through Samasthiti, Tadasana. Take a moment. Again, close your eyes. Just feel the energy moving through your body. Feel your breath. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, this time into chair. So we're going to sit into a chair like you're sitting in a kindergarten chair. Knees pushing toward one another, ankles, everything pushing toward the midline. Breathing for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, look up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, inhale, step or hop to plank. Inhale and plank, lower modified like we've been doing, or full chaturanga, which means tucking elbows all the way to your belly, or upward facing dog, tops of feet on the earth, knees and thighs lifted, arms straight. And then next exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in down dog. Inhale, right leg up. Reach it toward the sky. Exhale, bend your knee and twist your leg open a little bit. Yeah, really nice. Trying to keep your torso square. This is a nice psoas stretch. Inhale, square and straighten once more. Exhale, step through again to lunge. Place your back foot on the earth and turn it out slightly, 45 degrees. Again, front knee tracking over ankle. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. So everybody take our hands to our hips and see where our hips are. Ideally, we want them kind of square toward the front of the room. Very nice. Bend your knee. Make sure your back foot is engaged. Once more, inhale, sweep your arms up. Bend deeply. Exhale, bring your hands behind you, clasp them. Inhale, pull your hands down. Exhale, humble warrior. Fold to the inside of your leg or to your thigh. Let your arms reach toward the sky. Really nice. Keeping everything toward the midline. 2, 1. Good. Go ahead and release your hands down. On an inhale, bring both hands to the big toe side of your foot. And then walk your back foot out. It's a little bit like Twister. You're going to come, take your little bit wider stance, and then you're going to be in this like funky down dog lunge. So take both hands on the diagonal, flatten them, push the floor away. Yeah, really nice. And then reach back. So your front leg is bent, your back leg is straightish. And then you're pressing the weight into both feet equally. Breathing. Good. Come back around to lunge. All the way. Then once more, we'll take that lunge twist. So your left hand will be down. Reach your right arm toward the sky. Open up. See if you can get a little bit more back bendy this time. Let it go on an exhale. Inhale in your lunge. Step your back foot forward to meet your front and fold. Inhale, root down into your feet to rise up. Almost touch. Hands to the center. Samastiti. Good. Big toes touch. Inhale, arms up. Exhale into chair. Squeezing your knees toward one another, everything toward the midline. As best you can. Seeing you can sit a little bit lower. For 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and fold forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Look up halfway. Exhale, fold. Now plant your hands. Step or hop, plank. Modified or full chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Full breath there. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bend the knee, twist it open. Getting into your psoas and trying to keep your torso square. Inhale, square and straighten. Exhale, step that foot through all the way to your lunge. Plant your back foot, turn it out 45 degrees. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. So again, take a moment here, both hands on your hips, square your hips to the best of your ability. Make sure the weight is evenly dispersed in both feet. If you have long legs, you need to open up your stance. Oh, good. Once more. Inhale, little back. Exhale, drop your hands down. Try to clasp in the funky way, so the way that feels weird. Probably opposite from what you just did. Inhale, pull your hands down, look up. Exhale, fold to the inside of your leg or simply chest on thigh. Letting your clasped hands come toward the ceiling for a shoulder stretch. Humble warrior. Nice bend in your front leg. Breathing for 3, 2, 1. Next exhale, release your hands. Both hands to the big toe side of your foot. Keep a nice bend in your front leg. And then take your hands out on the diagonal, like you're in a down dog with the front body. And then in a spidey lunge with your lower body. Let your heart soften. Let your legs be strong and feel even weight there. Good. Slowly make your way back up. And walk yourself back around to your lunge. And then right hand down, left arm reaches once more for a lunge twist. See if you can find a little bit more openness. Really engage your back foot. So press that back heel toward the back of your mat. Getting nice length. Open up. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Untwist. Inhale in your lunge, finding your length. So a little micro movement of your heel toward the back of the mat. And then exhale using your core. Step your foot forward and fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Close out this cycle. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root down to rise up. Once more. Into mountain pose. Samasthiti. Good. What would a class focused on balance be without tree? So we're going to do tree now. So, keeping your right foot on the earth, go ahead and take your left leg and bend it. So you can be low. This is what we call the kickstand. It can be a little bit high above your ankle, or you can take your foot all the way up to your thigh. Just not on your knee. That's the only rule. We don't want to put that pressure on our knee joint. Hands in front of your heart. Squeezing toward the midline with the trunk of a tree. Turning into your breath. And where you are today, maybe your hands go up, maybe they don't. Honoring all the trees whose leaves are about to start changing. Down when you're ready. Just really closing your eyes for a moment when you do that, and just bring a tree into your mind's eye. And think about the beautiful colors of the fall. And the beautiful principle of the tree that is not clinging to its greenness, but rather letting go into the change that's coming. And then letting go completely whenever the leaf falls from the branch. That is balance, my friends. Left foot into the earth. Right foot, again, low as a kickstand, medium or high. Really rooting your foot into the earth, squeezing toward the midline. So everything is engaged here. This is one of my favorite postures in yoga. So it's just the epitome of balance. Everything's coming to the center. Beautiful, you guys. Come on down. And take a moment with both feet on the earth, just to feel that sensation of balance. And then you'll once again put your weight into your right foot. And this time we're going to wrap our left leg around. So version A is just wrap and toes onto the earth. We're going into eagle. You can sometimes wrap your leg all the way around. I only can do that on one side because that's a body, a human body. Arms come out into a T. So you're going to sit low like you're going into chair. And then your opposite arm is going to go on top. So left leg's on top, so right arm is going to go on top. And then you sit down nice and low. Bring your elbows up a little bit. And then as you exhale, let your shoulders melt down your back and your elbows get lower as you sit even lower. Breathing. 2, 1. Inhale, come up. Let your wings fly. Exhale. Good. Opposite side. So right leg wraps. Maybe it goes all the way around. Maybe it doesn't. Arms out into a T. Left hand on top. And then sit nice and low. Again, let your elbows come up first. Shoulders melt down your back. Then you lower everything down and crouch like the eagle. Sharp and focused. Rising through. Breathing for 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Come up. Exhale. Good. Now go ahead and just turn toward the door side of the room. You guys, either long edge side of your mat will work. And then go ahead and just take a wide stance. So step your feet out wide. Turn your feet out slightly on the 45-degree angle first. So toes pointing toward either corner of your mat. Inhale, arms come up. And then exhale, sit into Goddess in horse stance. Letting your index finger and thumb join together. Sitting nice and low here. And then you maybe sway a little bit side to side. And then find some stillness in the center as you, again, squeeze your shoulder blades toward one another. Sit nice and low. Breathing for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and straighten your legs. Hands to hips, parallel your feet. Good. Go ahead and clasp your hands behind you once more. Inhale, bring them down, look up. Exhale, pull forward. Bring your hands toward the sky. One more shoulder stretch here. Big belly breath. Then release the clasp of your hands, let them come underneath you. Inhale, look up. If they don't reach, that is perfectly fine. You can rest them on your legs. Yeah. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, hold. Just like in Ardha Uttanasana. Good. And then take your front foot and turn it toward the front of the mat. And your back foot should be about in position. So you're going to bend into your front leg. And then inhale, we're going to rise up for warrior two. Yeah. Good. So you want to take your heel toward so it's aligned a little bit more with your arch. So scoot it over just a bit. Yeah, there you go. Gaze over your front fingertips to opening up nice and wide across your chest. Warrior two, sit low. Big breath here. Inhale, reverse your warrior. So let your back hand come down your back leg. And then exhale into side angle pose. Forearm to thigh, or you can take your fingertips all the way to the earth if they reach. Opposite hand reaching toward the front of the mat. Good. Take that top arm toward the sky. Straighten your front leg. Come right into triangle pose, Trikonasana. Both legs straight. Heart again turning toward the sky. Inhale, get your fingertips long. And then exhale, if you can, reach your top arm around you, behind you. Yeah, for a little bit of a half bind. Heart turning once more. Really rooting into both feet, feeling the balance here in all of these shapes today. 2, 1. Good. Go ahead and release all of that. Come once more into warrior two. Sit low. Inhale. Exhale, straighten both legs. Once more, parallel your feet. Hands on hips this time. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Bringing your hands out in front of you if they reach. Otherwise, if they don't reach the floor, bring them again to your legs. Whatever version of Pavrita that you would like. Breathing for 3, 2, 1. Good. Turn your back foot now into position for warrior two. Yeah, you guys got it. And then inhale, come up into warrior two, second side. Good. Again, really feeling the prana, the life force moving through your body as you open up. Deep bend in that front leg. Very nice, you guys. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Let your back hand come down. Side body stretch. Exhale. Side angle pose. So forearm to thigh or hand to the floor. Again, turn your heart toward the sky to the best of your ability. Reach that top arm. 3, 2, 1. From there, top arm toward the sky, straighten your front leg. So both legs are straight now, right into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Heart turning. Maybe bringing that top arm behind you for a half bind. Three, 2, 1. Release that hand. Come once more into warrior two. On the inhale. Exhale, straighten both legs. Toe heel or heel toe, feet together. Good. Nothing fancy. Just turn back toward the front of the mat. Separate your feet. Just come into a yoga squat, malasana. Yeah. Good. I know, it's almost 9. I do too. So we'll cut it. Tammy has soccer today, so. Good. From Malasana, we're going to come onto our bums and roll all the way down to our back. Squeeze your knees into your chest. Go a little bit side to side. And then just take your arms out into a T, parallel your shins. From there, just let your knees fall over to the right. Look to the left. Inhale through the center. Exhale, opposite side. Inhale through the center. Happy baby, so grab the soles of your feet if you can. If not, any part of your leg will do. You want to try and push those feet down. Ultimately, tailbone to the earth. Good. From there, go ahead and release everything. You're ready for Shavasana, which is horse pose. You let everything go. Release the Ujjayi breath and let your breath return to the balance of your body. You're practicing at home and you have time this morning, stay in Shavasana for as long as you are able. If you need to finish around the 9 o'clock mark this morning, then go ahead and roll to your right side. And using your hands, keeping your gaze soft, your eyes closed, go ahead and come once more into seated position. Sukhasana. And just sit in this quiet space, feeling the balance and the space in your body that you have cultivated today. Knowing that this radical act of self-love and compassion has nurtured your metta, or loving kindness, as well as your karuna, your compassion, mudita, your joy, upeksha, your equanimity. I invite you to send metta or loving kindness out to a person or persons, to a thing or a community or an animal friend. or simply all beings everywhere. Send out some loving kindness, knowing that this is the gift of the divine universe, that we can share infinite light and then receive that as well in a beautiful exchange of abundant life energy. All we have to do is turn toward it and recognize it within. That doesn't mean that life will be easy. That is not the promise. It's to understand that we don't have to perpetuate the suffering. That we can live in the conditions of the world without it causing suffering for ourselves or others. Also part of the concept of ahimsa. So please bring your hands in front of your heart if you haven't already, and take another breath of gratitude to yourself and your fellow yogis and yoginis for joining you in this practice this morning. And a breath of gratitude to Reno Buddhist Center for being our Sangha home. And let's close with an Om inhale. Thank you all so much for practicing this morning and sharing your energy. Namaste. A reminder that there is service tomorrow, so you can tune in or join us for service tomorrow, which is a beautiful way to welcome the start of the fall. So please join, and then also you can contribute at Reno Buddhist Center on Venmo or PayPal. Thank you.